Good afternoon. This is Suyukti Mehrotra and this is my deposition to Department of Virology. My presentation is about Orthomyxoviridae. Orthomyxoviridae contains three major diseases: avian influenza, swine influenza, and equine influenza. Avian influenza. Avian influenza, informally known as avian flu, bird flu, and is a variety of influenza caused by virus adapted to birds. The type with the greatest risk is highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI. Bird flu is similar to the swine flu, dog flu, horse flu, and human flu, as all illness is caused by the strain of avian virus. Mode of transmission. Avian influenza is most often spread by the contact between infected and healthy birds, though they also be spread indirectly through contaminated equipments. This virus is found from the nostrils, mouths, and eyes of infected bird as well as their droppings. HPI infection is spread to the people often through direct contact with infected poultry, such as during slaughter or plucking. Though the virus can be spread through airborne infection, the disease itself is not airborne disease. Highly pathogenic strains spread quickly from flock and can destroy the flock within 28 hours. The less pathogenic may affect the egg production but are much less deadly. Preventions and controls. People who do not regularly come in contact with the birds are not at high risk from the avian influenza. Those at high risk includes poultry farm workers, animal control workers, wildlife biologists, and ornithologists who can handle live birds. With the proper infection control and use of personal protective equipments (PPE), the chance of infection is low. Protecting the eye, nose, mouth, hands is important for prevention because these are most common ways for the virus to enter in the body. Protective equipment includes apron, coveralls, glass, boots and boot cover, and head covers or hair covers, and disposable PPE is recommended. You can clearly see the clinical symptoms of avian influenza. Now we came to swine influenza. Swine influenza is infection caused by any several types of swine influenza virus. Swine influenza or swine origin influenza is any strain of influenza virus that is epidemic to pigs. Swine influenza virus is common throughout the pig population worldwide. Transmission of the virus through pigs to human is not common and does not have any lead to human flu, often resulting only to the production of antibiotics in the blood. If the transmission caused to the human flu, it is called zoonotic swine influenza. People with regular exposure to pigs are at high risk of swine infection. Preventions and control. Method of prevention. The separation of influenza among the swine includes facility management, herd management, and vaccination. Because much of the illness and death associated with swine flu involved in secondary infection by the other pathogens, control strategies rely on vaccination may be insufficient. Facility management includes using disinfectants and temperatures control virus to the environment. They are unlikely to survive outside the living cell from the more than 2 weeks except in the blood and are readily inactivated by disinfectants. Herd management includes not adding pigs carrying influenza to the herds that you have not been exposed to the virus. You can see the clinical symptoms of swine influenza, which mainly includes diarrhea, coughing, lethargy, fever, sneezing, and mucopurulent discharge. Equine influenza. Equine influenza, also known as horse flu, is a disease caused by the strain of influenza that are exotic in horse species. Equine influenza occur globally, previously caused by the two main strains of virus, equine 1 and equine 2. While the equine influenza is historically not seen to affect the humans, the impact of past outbreak has been devastating due to economic reliance on horse for communication, military, and general transportations. Equine influenza undergoes contagious antigenic drift and vaccine protection for immunogenic stimulation is maximized. When vaccine strains have greater homogeneity to circulating strain, subclinically affected vaccinated horse can shed the live virus and represent a threat to unvaccinated, inappropriately vaccinated horse. Neutralizing immunity leading to an absence of infection is rare. Vaccination schedule generally requires a primary course of vaccine followed by the booster shots. It is recommended that the horse be vaccinated against equine influenza annually, and competition horses that travel frequently be given a booster every 6 months. They are higher risk of contracting with the virus. You can see the clinical signs of equine influenza, which mainly includes lethargy, loss of appetite, coughing, watery nasal discharge, enlarged lymph nodes, and high fever. Thank you.